Hey, how you doing? This is Jay, and this is my SNL podcast. I'm a huge fan of Saturday Night Live. There's a lot of people who are fanatics about long-running legendary shows. There's a lot of Star Trek nerds, Simpsons geeks who know all the trivia about the Simpsons, and there's all kind of nerds out there who are obsessed with different type of television shows. Even canceled shows like X-Files and little sci-fi things. But I am a huge fan of the show Saturday Night Live. Even with the show's past, the history, all the great cast members that's come from the show, like Chevy Chase, Eddie Murphy, all the way up to the present, and everybody in between, like Kristen Wiig and whatnot. It's just everybody, I'm not a fan of every cast member, but just them being on the show, I just have a certain, respect, and admiration just for them being on there. I'm not also too, even, how people have teams, like sports fanatics, you have teams. Even when your team loses, you still cheer for them. I'm the same way with Saturday Night Live. Even when it's not funny, I still, I'm still rooting for it. I'm still, oh, well, that wasn't a funny episode, but you know what, I'm going to watch it again and blah, blah, blah. They're still, they gave it their best, and this is the best they could do for this week. Next week, they're going to do better. It's my team, and I don't care who gets traded, who gets drafted, who's in the cast. I'm still going to watch it. I do have a life outside of Saturday Night Live. I work and have things to take care of like everybody else. And yeah, I do get out on the weekends. This is my computer making noises right here. Yeah, I do get out on the weekends. I do get out on Saturdays, Saturday nights. But what I try to do is I try to schedule things around the show schedule. When there's a new episode, I'm in for the night. And during the summer when they show nothing but reruns, I'm all over the place. But during the fall and the winter, when they're showing new episodes, if they're showing a rerun, yeah, I'll go out or do something else. But when it's a new show, I'm watching Saturday Night Live. I'm just a huge SNL geek. I'm not ashamed of that. Let me talk about the podcast itself. What you can expect on this podcast. I'll be doing episode reviews. I'll be giving my opinion on different things, like different sketches, different skits, what if I thought it was funny or not, and also kind of describe it to people who, maybe didn't catch the show. Let's see, I'll talk about the upcoming host, musical guests. I'd like to even do some interviews with other SNL nerds like myself. And I'd also like to, interview some improv comedians who would like to be on the show one day, or upcoming stand-up comedians who aren't far removed, where I could actually get their contact information and maybe they do this podcast. Not the ones who have so much heat on them. I probably got to talk to 12 different agents just to get them on the phone. But yeah, I'm just a fan of the show, and it's just not going to be me rambling on about Saturday Night Live. I'll also dip into other things revolving the show, but the main theme of this podcast will be about things around Saturday Night Live and the show itself. I'm going to try to update it weekly when I have time. Even if it's just a little 2-minute update, I try to say what I can, and basically, that's all I'd like to say. I just want to introduce myself. Again, I'm Jay, and this is the SNL podcast. That's the name of this podcast, the SNL podcast. All right, the end. You're now listening to Relationship War Stories, and I'm your host, just some guy named Jay. And this is a new podcast on this station. And basically, what this podcast is about giving relationship advice. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, who am I? I'm no expert. I'm no Dr. Phil. I'm no Dr. Laura. I'm no Dear Abby. I'm none of that crap. What I am, though, I'm just an a-hole with a podcast and a second opinion. And relationship topics are always hot-button issues to draw more ratings. So I say, hey, why don't I throw my hat in the ring and start doing this too? So So basically, if you have any things you want to say about your own relationships, have any questions or any things you want, you want to be on the show, definitely email us at podcastonDemand@yahoo.com, and you could be a guest, or we could answer your questions. And like I said, I'm no expert. I'm just a guy that can give a second opinion. Just basically use this forum as a sounding board to get whatever's going on and just get it off your chest. I also want to give a little warning too. Now a lot of these relationship podcasts and a lot of these relationship advice columns and things, they have a bunch of, they say a bunch of airy, fairy, feel-good stuff like, oh, it's about the caring and sharing and people being there for you and all that stuff like that. Well, you know what? I'm not going to I don't get into that. Basically, I'm just going to say things that I think is real, give you the real deal. None of this, none of these feel-good slogans, none of these things like that. I'm going to just give my brutally honest opinion about things. But that's basically the type of things we're doing on this podcast. And if you want to be a guest and want to talk about your relationships, or basically want to have your questions answered on this show, like I said, reach out to us at podcastondemand@yahoo.com. And we'll definitely get to you. And again, I'm just some guy named Jay, and this is Relationship War Stories. How you doing? This is some guy named Jay, and I just want to talk to you about a new segment we have going on. It's called The Green Light. This segment will be about a bunch of movie ideas, television, and other entertainment media-based ideas. It's just just a bunch of ideas that's going to be on this podcast. We will also be doing interviews and talking with up-and-coming filmmakers, actors, dreamers, people with all kinds of artistic talents that just want to share what they do. More focused mostly on the theatrical, part of entertainment. But basically just for anybody, that has ideas that they just want to share, talk about what they're doing. Or just people that just want to talk about what they would like to see done. Like when you're talking with your friends and they say, hey, what would be a good idea? If they made a movie about such and such and such, that would be a good movie if they made a movie like that. This is basically what this podcast is. Just basically a bunch of ideas being shared. The ideas that come from me, anybody that wants to steal them and make millions of dollars off the idea, I know this may sound crazy, but go ahead. By all means, take them. My ideas that I just want to share is I just want to see it get done. I'm not, I really don't care about that. But the ideas that I want to make millions of dollars on, I keep that to myself. I'm not going to share that with you all unless I get the, have it copyrighted and do all the proper things to where I own the idea. But in the meantime, just any of these other little random ideas, I just want to see them get done. And basically, that's just what what the Green Light is all about. That's what this podcast is all about. Just sharing ideas, talking to dreamers, talking to doers, talking to filmmakers, actors, just people that have random ideas and great ideas, and that you'd like to see made into a movie, a television show, or a book, or even even a song that an artist you want to see artists collaborate or something. On something. So this is just basically what this is. Again, it's called The Green Light. And if you also want to be a guest on this show, feel free to send us a private message. And we'll get right back to you. All right? In the meantime, just keep checking back for more updates. Welcome to Beyond the Music. I'm your host, just some guy named Jay. And this is a new podcast that'll be featured on 2Good4Radio. 2Good4Radio is the YouTube station that features all kind of different podcasts, and this is going to be the latest podcast. It's called Beyond the Music. Basically, Beyond the Music will be a podcast where I interview up-and-coming artists, bands, rappers, singers, pretty much any types of vocalists from all genres of music, talking about their art, talking about what they do, different things like that. Just interviewing them, grilling them, and just giving giving them a platform to discuss what they do as an artist. And I'm not going to just ask the typical questions like, oh, do you have an album coming out? Who have you worked with? I'm going to actually dig into them, get them to really, come up out of their shell and really, kind of prepare them for the big dogs, to ask them some really tough questions that'll really, spark some good debates among people that want to hear some new music. So also, too, if you're a rising vocalist, singer, band leader, rapper, whatever, or even if you're just a composer, or a beat maker, or lyric writer, feel free to contact us. You could send a private message to the station here, and I'll respond, and we'll set the interview up. So if you have some music you want to promote, and it doesn't, I don't care if you've been in the industry for 10 years or if you're just getting started. Feel free to show us what you got, and we'll set the interview up. So again, it's Beyond the Music, and be looking for this new podcast coming soon. Pardon me, I'm a little sick right now, but I got to record this. I've had this on my to-do list for a while, and although I'm sick right now, I need to, the show don't stop. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Giant Blast. The Giant Blast is one of the largest email blast distribution lists on the web, with over 100,000 email accounts subscribed. Not only is it a large email blast newsletter for entertainment, they also do marketing and promotion for rising indie bands, singers, and rappers. So if you want to get your music out, doing it with an email blast would be one of the best ways to do that. Also, if you have a product to sell or a service to provide, using an email blast is also another great way to get the word out, create awareness for what you're doing. So, and I will put all that information in the info box below. The Giant Blast, you check them out. And again, my name is just some guy named Jay. And take care. Hit us up. How you doing? It's just some guy named Jay. And basically what I want to talk about is the next big thing in music. That next big thing is Mono Baggins. Mono Baggins is a Brooklyn-based New York rapper, and he has a blazing hot single that was hot all throughout the summer. It's called On Fire. The song is about is depicting a man conquering his inner struggles to fulfill his destiny. Well, that's what was said in the YouTube description. The beat was produced by Dwayne Folks of Luxury Music, who was based in Virginia. And the song was getting a lot of heat over the summer. The bloggers was feeling it. He was featured on many blogs and prestigious internet publications such as Southeast Hip Hop Magazine, The Blast Blog, New York Rising, The Beat Yard, Black Vibes, The Carolina Inquirer, and the list goes on. The single has gotten tons of spins from commercial and non-commercial radio stations all across the nation. The single even peaked at number 2 on the charts for independent artists getting radio play in the U.S., according to the reports on the Digital Radio Tracker, the Digital Tracker Radio reports. Mono Baggins, he also has been getting a lot of major support from popular record-breaking DJs such as DJ Skrill of the Slip and Slide DJs and the 704 DJs. And he also interviewed him on a station as well. You could actually go to Mono Baggins' blog and check out the interview that he did on the radio. He was also featured on DJ Colossal's mixtape, The Seal of Approval Volume 1. He was also featured on the cover too. There's also been tons of other DJs like DJ Mega Blaster, DJ Affluence, DJ Double P, DJ So Hype, just mad DJs supporting the movement. And also in the interview with DJ Skrill, he even talks about that. So if you're a DJ and you haven't been up on the single yet, you could definitely, get the information from the blog and try to get the single so you could play, get on the bandwagon too. Because, the single is hot. Also the song itself is real triumphant. It has that, it makes you want to get up and go. Nice little music to work out to. Oh, also too, in addition to that, Mono Baggins is also a fitness guru and personal trainer. So so it's good workout music too. And Mono Baggins has been doing his thing all summer. And I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more music from him. What kind of follow-up single? Because On Fire, that was a smash. You know, and if anybody, oh yeah, also too, the YouTube video itself got over 111,000 video views in just a few short months. So that should tell you something right there. The people are catching on, and this is good music. You know, I just want to let you know, even though he is a independent artist, you know, the single has that commercial appeal to it, and it just has that universal sound. You know, it's no cursing, so the record can be played anywhere. It's pretty positive, pretty uplifting. You know, the single is hot. Mono Baggins is very talented. And I recommend it. I really recommend this song, On Fire, and I also recommend the artist Mono Baggins. And if you want to know more about Mono Baggins, just go to the link in the info box. We're going to put all the links down there. And also, you could check them out. If you know, just check them out at bagginsblog.blogspot.com. That's BAGENDS.blogspot.com. And he has a lot of good things on his resume, so you know, just definitely check him out, you know, and keep track of what he's doing, because he's eventually going to be bigger than what he is. And I'm just letting you know first. You've heard it here first. So you know, definitely jump on the bandwagon and hear what he has to offer, and really just really listen to the music, because you know, he's definitely going places, and if you Google Mono Baggins, like 1,000 things come up. he's being promoted all. How you doing? This is some guy named Jay, and I just want to let y'all know about a new segment. This segment is called the Juggalo Jungle. This is a new podcast show dedicated to juggalos and juggalettes. The fans and followers of Insane Clown Posse, just juggalos and juggalettes in general. The ones that are just fans, the ones that make music themselves, the ones that make films and whatnot. You know, this is a platform for juggalos and juggalettes to promote any and everything that they're doing. This whole segment is just dedicated to y'all. All right. If you would like to be a guest on Juggalo Jungle, even if you're just a fan or you just you make music yourself. You're a juggalo, juggalette, want to talk about your experiences, want to talk about who you are, want to talk more about being a juggalo and trying to educate others who may just think you guys are just putting on clown makeup and calling it a day. For anybody that wants to break it down, you're welcome to be a guest on the show, especially if you do music too. If you're a juggalo and you rap, or a juggalo that makes beats and you want to promote what you do, by all means, feel free to hit us up. Send us a private message. We're going to set up once we start getting a little more traffic for this particular segment, we're going to set up an individual email for you guys to hit us up. But right now, just send us a private message, and we'll get back with you ASAP. Again, this segment is just for the juggalos and juggalettes and the fans. And again, it's called the Juggalo Jungle. All right? Check it out. And keep coming back for more updates.